Methods and Advantages of Stretching by Allie Collier. Stretching is a form of physical exercise in which a specific muscle, muscle group, or tendon is deliberately flexed or stretched in order to improve the muscle's elasticity or flexibility and muscle tone. The result of stretching is a feeling of increased muscle control, flexibility, and range of motion. Stretching can also be used therapeutically to alleviate cramps. There are 6 distinct modes of stretching: static stretching, passive stretching, dynamic stretching, ballistic stretching, controlled ballistic stretching, and proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, or PNF stretching. All 6 modes of stretching are effective in developing better flexibility. Each has certain advantages. The first mode of stretching that we will discuss is static stretching. Static is defined as lacking in movement, action, or change. Therefore, static stretching is a slow, sustained stretch that causes the muscle to relax and thereby achieve greater length. The position of the stretch is usually held static for about 30 seconds to 2 minutes. If done properly, the static stretching lightens the sensitivity of the tendon receptors, which allows for the muscles to relax and to be stretched in greater length. It is used to target an individual muscle or groups of muscles in the same area. The advantage of static stretching is that it causes little pain and has low risk for injury. It is the most frequently used and recommended mode of stretching. It is ideal for any individual, no matter their amount of athleticism. Passive stretching is actually a form of static stretching, but the resistance is achieved through external force on the limb. It can be achieved with the help of a partner, stretch bands, or mechanical devices. Passive stretching increases the range of motion of the muscle. Dynamic is defined as constant change, activity, or progress. Therefore, dynamic stretching is a form of stretching where your muscle or muscle group is always in a state of activity or movement. Dynamic stretching is a form of stretching that is beneficial in sports. It utilizes momentum from form to increase the range of motion of the muscle or muscle groups. It is used to target a variety of muscles at the same time. Exaggerating kicking, walking lunges, and arm circles are all forms of dynamic stretching. It is most beneficial for athletes such as gymnasts, dancers, divers, and hurdlers because their sports activities require ballistic actions. This type of stretching is less dangerous than ballistic stretching because it does not extend the muscle beyond the range of motion. Ballistic stretching does, however, extend the muscle beyond the range of motion. It is similar to dynamic stretching because it involves active muscle effort, but it differs by using a bouncing or jerking movement to extend the stretch beyond the range of motion. The end position is not held because it needs to use momentum of the body to extend the muscle beyond normal extension. It is the least recommended form of stretching because it is a mode of stretching that most often causes damage to the muscles and nerves. It is most commonly used by athletes that use ballistic movements in their sports. Alternative to the erratic and jerking movements of ballistic stretching, controlled ballistic stretching uses gentle ballistic movements in order to increase the safety of the type of stretching. It is effective in developing flexibility because the muscle is extended gently beyond the normal range of motion. Because moderate movements are used, it can be performed by anyone. The proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation stretch uses the contract and relax method to lengthen and increase the strength of muscles. The stretch involves 2 people. The person assisting with the exercise provides initial force by pushing in the direction of the desired stretch without covering the entire range of motion. The person being stretched applies force in the opposite direction of the stretch for about 5 to 6 seconds, then the person being stretched relaxes. This continues until the full range of motion is reached. This is used to produce deeper stretches that increase flexibility. It helps relax the muscle being stretched, which results in lengthening the muscle. It has also been found to increase the strength of the muscle being stretched. So when is the best time to stretch? There are 2 times that a lot of people stretch: before and after exercising. Stretching before a workout is not actually necessary. There have been studies that show that static stretching temporarily reduces muscle power, weakens athletic performance, and increases the risk of injury. A 5 to 10 minute walk or run before exercising is found to be more beneficial than static or dynamic stretching. The better time to stretch is after After exercising, it is highly encouraged. Everyone is more flexible after exercising, and stretching after helps to build further flexibility. Stretching after also helps to reduce muscle soreness. Stretching helps to increase flexibility and range of motion, improve posture and balance, improve blood circulation, and to reduce stress. Like touched on earlier, stretching does help to increase flexibility. Flexibility is specific to the particular movement that varies throughout particular parts of the body. Improved flexibility allows for improved sports enhancement by increasing the range of movement of joints. It allows for reduced sports injury by strengthening and reducing tension by keeping the muscles at their optimal length. Proper posture is important because it means that your bones are properly aligned and your muscles and other vital organs are in their proper position for maximum performance. Strengthening the muscles of the back, chest, and shoulders relieves tension and allows the muscles to relax naturally. Stretching helps open up the airway to ensure proper breathing and enhance oxygen flow. Stretching improves blood flow to muscles by gradually increasing your heart rate. This loosens up the muscles and reduces tension. This then increases the oxygen flow to the muscles and the brain. When an individual is under increased stress, their muscles tense up as a result. Stretching relieves the tension by increasing blood flow. This release in tension promotes relaxation by decreasing the production of stress hormones in the nervous system. Lastly, a fun fact about stretching is that in its most basic form, stretching is a natural and instinctive activity. It is performed by humans and many other animals. Stretching often occurs instinctively after waking up from sleep. It is often accompanied with yawning, and after long periods of inactivity, or after exiting confined spaces and areas.